Where we are right now is a culmination of years and years and years of kicking the can down the road, of borrowing from wherever we could borrow. So what the average Detroiter has to understand is we're tapped out.
But the Motor City is still trying to avoid bankruptcy, asking collectors to take 10 cents on the dollar on a $2.5 billion tab. So how did the city end up in this state? Mark Aesch is CEO of TransPro, which specializes in transforming public and private organizations. He's also advised the city of Detroit. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning.
Good morning. So I was actually in Detroit in March and was shocked. It looked like Somalia. Homes were burned to the ground. People didn't even answer 911 calls. How did the city of Detroit get into this mess?
You know, it doesn't happen overnight, obviously. It's been 50 years of elected officials driving at high speeds without looking at their dashboard, and now we're literally in the position where Detroit can't afford to turn its streetlights on at night. So over 50 years, you've had folks just literally driving blind.
And the bailout, we keep hearing about what a big success that was. GM was bailed out. How is Detroit doing after the bailout?
Well, you put the city of Detroit's financial position in context of what we saw in General Motors, right? So at GM, they had, for every dollar of assets, they had $20 in debt. The city of Detroit is $33 of debt for every dollar of assets. It's 65% worse. So they are in a very tenuous position, and you've got to be very concerned, just as an American, about the position of Detroit going forward.
Okay, so the money's going where? When they pay this bill, basically it's going to where? The bond holders get paid, pensions get paid, and then health care and other payments. So what money is left?
There's not a whole lot of money left for cops or firefighters or putting a bus on the road. And that's the problem that they have, that they've got these legacy costs, which are just massive. The whole idea of a pension is to be able to prepare people for their golden years. It's not supposed to be gold-plated at the taxpayer's expense.
Right. Is this kind of a foreshadowing of what we could see in other cities in California? I mean, does D.C. need to wake up and look at what's happening in Detroit and say, you know, maybe we need to start paying more attention? I
think you really have to look at the lesson of Detroit, and you take that to America, where we're spending 46% more money than we take in every year, and you have to really worry, is Detroit simply a precursor for what we're going to be looking at going forward as a nation?
Right. Thank you, Mark. It's an American city, and it's a gritty city. They work hard there, but
indeed,
you know, they need to get their act together. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
All right, putting the father back in Father's Day. Our next guest has some tips to make the dads in your life feel more valuable. And this is what happens when you wing it. An accident that could have been much worse at one of the nation's busiest